All right, this is our 3-note per string Mixolydian scale mode lesson. What this is the second in a group of 3 lessons where we're just learning the fretboard with the scales as 3-note per string instead of the cage system stuff where we learned them before, where everything's in one of the 5 little zones. We're trying to actually learn the fretboard as a whole, break down those walls between those zones, and actually get to the point where you don't really need to think about the finger patterns anymore. This is kind of an intermediate step. The Mixolydian scale is a scale that you would use over a dominant 7th chord. It's virtually the same as your major scale, except for the 7th note is a half step or 1 fret lower. So these are going to look fairly familiar pattern-wise. You're going to get to see the scales as I play through them and explain them here in the video. You can also go to my website where you can download and print out the sheet for this, which has got your tablature, your notation, and your scale diagrams on it. And then next week will be the minor scales, and then the lesson after this will have some applications and some licks in all 3 scales. Okay, here we go. This is our first scale fingering, starting on the second finger. We got 3rd fret and 5th fret on the 6th string. We're also going to have your 1st fret down here in a second. So you got 3 and 5 on the 6th string, 2, 3, 5 on the 5th string, 2, 3, 5 on the 4th string. Now this is the first place where we run into the difference with the major scale, which would have been the 4th fret, the G sharp right there. Now the thing is that this is a Mixolydian mode. This is for your 7th chords, and that's gonna be the note that makes it different. 2, 4, 5 on the 3rd string, 3, 5, 6 on the 2nd, 3, 5, 7 on the 1st, and we go back down. 6, 5, 3, 5, 4, 2, 5, 3, 2, 5, 3, 2, 5, 3, and then 1, and then back to there. Now we always want to start and end each of these scale fingerings on the root. So we started on the root, we come back down, and then we end on the root. You'll see that with some of these other ones. All right, that's actually going to be training your ear to hear this as a separate mode. All right, now the next one, we're going to start that same root, but on the 1st finger. And what we're doing here is we're going 3, 5, 7, 3, 5, 7 on the 5th, 3, 5, 7 on the 4th. All right, now on the major scale, once again, that was the F sharp, that was the 7th. So now we're doing the Mixolydian scale, so we've got the 3rd fret, the F. The 3rd string, we've got 4, 5, 7, and then we've got 5, 6, 8. Right, there's your 7th right there. This is the root. And then 5, 7, 8 on the 1st string. And then back down. 8, 7, 5, 8, 6, 5 on the 2nd. 7, 5, 4 on the 3rd. 7, 5, 3 on the 4th, 5th, and 6th strings. I'm going through these fairly quickly just to get these all so you can actually see and hear them. The best thing to do is to go to the website though and just download the sheet music for us. You actually have all the scale patterns written. Okay, so that's the second one. The third one, we're actually coming up here to the G on the 5th fret on the 4th string. And we're going 5, 7, 9 on the 4th string. 5, 7, 9 on the 3rd string, and then 6, 8, 10 on the 2nd, and then 7, 8, 10 on the 1st. And you go backwards: 10, 8, 7, 10, 8, 6, 9, 7, 5, 9, 7, 5. Then as you're going back down, you'll find that you're going 8, 7, 5, 8, 7, 5 on the 5th and 6th strings, and then back up 7, 8, 5, 7, 8 on the 5th, and then end on the root. Once again, this is the ear train. Okay. So the next pattern, we come up here, we're in the 7th position, but you've got your 4th finger on the G on the 10th fret, 5th string. All right, and this is your root right here for this. On the 4th string, then we go 7, 9, 10, the third, 7, 9, 10. Then we scoot up, 8, 10, 12, 8, 10, 12 on the first one too. And then back down, 12, 10, 8, 12, 10, 8 on the second. Third and fourth go 8, 9, 7, 8, 9, 7. We're back to our root. Now we get the notes below the root. 8, 7, and then 10, 8, 7. And then back up. 8, 10, 7, 8, 10. All right. The next, second finger on the very same root. So we've got 10, 12 on the fifth string, and then we're going 9, 10, 12 on the fourth and third strings, 9, 10, 12. And then we're going 10, 12, 13 on the second and first strings. And then backwards, 13, 12, 10, 13, 12, 10, 12, 10, 9, 12, 10, 9, 12, 10, back to the root. And then to catch the rest of the notes below the root here, we've got 8 on the fifth string, and then 12, 10, and 8, and then back up on the sixth string. All right, now we're going to get a lot of mileage out of this one root. First finger on the same root, 10th fret on the fifth string. We're going 10, 12, 14 on 5, 10, 12, 14 on the fourth, 10, 12, 14 on the third. So you basically have that same finger pattern all the way through there. Then you're going 12, 13, 15 on the second and on the first strings. And then backwards, 15, 13, 12, 15, 13, 12, 14, 12, 10, 14, 12, 10, 14, 12, 10. And then on the sixth string, you've got 13, 12, 10. And then back up to end right there on the root. All right. Pinky on the 15th fret on the sixth string. And what that gives us here is that note, and then the 12, 14, and 15 on the fifth string, 12, 14, 15 on the fourth, 12, 14, 16 on the third, 13, 15, 17 on both the second and first strings, and then back down, 17, 15, 13, 17, 15, 13, 16, 14, 12, 15, 14, 12, 15, 14, 12, 15 on the sixth string. And then we're going to go back and get the 13 and 12 on the sixth string, and then back up. Okay, so this was just a lesson on where to play these, and we're going to have some applications and stuff later on. The first lesson was on major scales. The second lesson, Mixolydian scales, which are very similar except for the seventh note being lower by a half step. And then the next lesson is going to be on natural minor scales. And then we're actually going to play some licks and stuff. So there you have it, and I'll see you next week.